Hi everyone, Kyriacos Eliades. Today we are talking about commercial properties. So we have spoken yesterday about shopping malls. Previously we had spoken about the filling up stations. So today we're talking about commercial property. I was having a look this morning, just chatting to the guys and seeing what's available. So we have a number of properties that are available throughout South Africa, throughout the country, starting anything from 1.5 million up to 120 million. And we're talking commercial properties now. So let's talk a little bit about commercial. There is some things that you need to always remember, and we said it also yesterday. You're not going to find a good property driving around with a sign on that says for sale. There's a number of reasons why these things don't happen, because a lot of the times the landlords don't want to get their tenants upset, because sometimes a sale can take a very long time. And we've seen it a lot of times. The guys aren't giving a very good return because their price is high. So the return isn't so good, and a lot of people say, but you know what, the return isn't so good, so the property stands a bit longer. So it is certain people who specialize in commercial property. And I always say it again, anybody can sell, but can you close? So it's a speciality. We spoke about it yesterday on shopping malls. Shopping malls is a speciality. It's a certain type of buyer. It's a certain type of salesperson. And coming now to the commercial property, a little bit easier because there's a bigger market. I mean, like I'm saying, anything from 1.5 million right up to about 120 million. Now, with the people that we're networking, this is what I saw today, for the day that was on the books and available and that. So commercial property, just one or two pointers for the guys that are out there looking. When you're looking at the property, look what's happening around you. Look if there's any developments. Have a look at those leases. Make sure that those leases are not short leases, so that when you lose a massive tenant, you are going to be in trouble. Remember that at the end of the day, the banking sectors like to get more stronger leases in the sense of people that are more financially secure. So have a look at the mix. Have a look at the type of people that are in there. Are they national tenants? Make sure what's happening around you. Ask what the expenses are. Ask what the rates and taxes are. Make sure that there's no developments that are going to be happening around you, and all of a sudden you buy this property and then the people decide not to renew their leases. So we see a lot of this type of stuff. So I do this to help both parties. I help the seller and I help a buyer. So, I might have somebody interested in buying. So that's my advice to the guy, that if we're out there looking for him for a property, or you're a seller, well, once again, then that's the situation. But what I am saying at the end of the day, when getting into commercial property, do understand what's happening around you. Have a look at the leases. Have a look at what type of tenants you got. Have a look at the mixes are. Make sure what type of developments are happening. Have a look. Is there going to be changes? Make sure what the rates and taxes are. When have they been re-looked at? Have a look at all that. Have a look at the maintenance of the building. Make sure that the return is good. But can you increase the revenue? And that is always the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, if you're buying the building, and this is what it's making, and a lot of the time the guys are trying to push an 8% return, which is, you know what I mean? I'd rather wait, get a good, better return. There are good returns. I mean, we've seen people, we take properties that are at 8%, but they're buying it for future, potentials, and they turn that into 15% because they change the mixes. Then the other guys do not look at properties that are under 10%. They say there's too many properties to choose from, so I will not be looking at anything. It is, the numbers need to make sense. But if you cannot increase the revenue, you need to think very carefully. Because the other thing is, if you lose that tenant, what are you going to do? So have a look there. Have a look at what's happening with electricity. Have a look how the load shedding is affecting. You need to do your homework. Can you get in better tenants? How do you increase the revenue of that building? We have clients that buy buildings and immediately push that extra 4 or 5% because they change the mix. They immediately start doing changes to the buildings, pushing up the rents. So if you need help, talk to us. We can help. So we've got a number of properties available, anything from 1.5 million up to 120 million. Chat to us. Need help with the banking sector? Chat to us. Let's see what we can do. You want to sell your property? Talk to us. You want to buy a property? Talk to us. Remember, if you are planning to sell, if you want to get a good return, don't wait the last minute, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to take what you get. So to the guys out there, if you're a seller, do your homework. If you're a buyer, do your homework. So what am I saying? Always do your homework. If you're not sure, talk to us. And if you do know everything, and that's fine, because we meet a lot of people who seem to know everything, but at the end of the day, you still need help. And as clever as what you think you are, there's always something that you don't know. So at the end of the day, chat to us, the deal makers. We do deals. We network with people. We put you together. We put you with the right people. We make sure that we can introduce you to the right people, introduce you to the right product, and at the end of the day, make sure that we can close a deal. So, you're looking for a commercial property? Talk to us. You want to sell your commercial property? Talk to us. And at the end of the day, look at what's happening around you. Just don't go and buy. There's a lot of things changing. There's a lot of companies that are withdrawing. There's a lot of companies that are not redoing their leases and not renewing their leases anymore. You need to do your homework. I'm seeing so many people that are falling into financial difficulties with their properties because people are not renewing their leases. So do your homework, find out why the guy's selling, and make sure that you don't fall into trouble. Thanks, everybody. Kyriacos, Eliades. Remember, you need help? Talk to the deal makers. We make deals happen. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. Kyriacos, Eliades.